Oh, not much. Crazy days in the DeFi world. How about you, Enrique?
I feel like I missed out on most of it. I've been traveling a whole lot, and so I feel like I've kind of missed out on it. I've heard bits and pieces. I've seen been going on. I mean, it seems like with crypto, you miss 3 days and you're like completely out of the loop, regardless of what you're covering. So, let alone a couple
Yeah.
weeks, I feel like I'm way behind.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
noticed you hadn't posted many TA calls in my Discord server recently, but I knew you were out of town or whatever. By the way, my Discord, I
They were
opened it
they were
up.
good ones though. The
They,
VIX one is a beaut. So I know that one's not a crypto one, but that one I felt really strong about. That's
and
why I
real
did
quick,
post a non-crypto one.
I opened up that Discord server. The link is in my description below for if you're watching this on my channel. I opened up a portion of the Discord server to the public. Anyway, Austin, how are you doing, man? I see your camera's getting all sorts of crazy on
Oh
us.
my gosh. Yeah. If you're just watching, man, I'm not sure what in the world is going on. We're probably just gonna rock with no camera today. Because as you just seen, it just keeps going green for some reason. So if we have any camera nerds in here, if you can kind of tell me why it goes green and then freezes, that'd be great. But no, other than that, this week has been absolutely boring for me as far as like crypto and investing goes, which is pretty cool, which is pretty good, like pretty solid trading week. I'm up this week, so this is probably my fourth or fifth week being up since my whole trading journey and taking it serious. So more weeks than losing. So it's been pretty fun. It's been pretty fun, dude. Watching some projects launch, watching some we got a lot of projects launching. With I know you, Alex, talked about before we started here that we're going to be talking about a little bit on digging deep into. So yeah, it's been a pretty crazy week.
Are you still using the bots consistently?
Yeah, I got I found a pretty good sweet spot with a couple that's been pretty profitable. Obviously some taking some losses on some, but man, cinnamon toast, man, I can't stop talking about that one enough from Astrid. It's an ETH scalper and it's been killing it. That one. I got the alchemy bots. I mean, been running those all the time. So yeah, it's been pretty sweet trading wise.
Nice.
Very cool.
Awesome,
And
man.
Alex, you've been busy doing a ton of content from what I've seen.
So much. It's been nonstop, working insane hours, basically around the clock. I've got all of these projects launching, and they all meet my conditions for working with them. Like they're all doxed and you know uh, agree to my pretty strictions, and so I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And I've been booked out. I'm booked out like 2 weeks solid still. And then I have friends who launch projects, so I try, like, if they really need an AMA to help explain to the community like how some of the finer points of their projects work and everything, and they want to do like a deep dive AMA with me, like I try to squeeze them in. So it's like, screw it, I'll pull an all-nighter tonight, I'll learn everything about your project, I'll do the AMA, I'll pull another all-nighter editing the video, and I'll get it out in
Hmm.
3 days, on top of the other AMAs I've already promised and scheduled. So I can't complain. I feel I'm very fortunate, and I'm glad that things are so busy in the bear market with cool projects coming out. Um, Now you took some time off. What did you end up doing with the family?
Oh, we've been everywhere, man. We've been so many places in the last, really all year. We traveled a bunch, but lately it's been, I don't know. I can't even remember where's the last place we went to. Well, we just came back from Dallas. Before that, we're in New York. So yeah, we've just been kind of like all over the place, man, which has been good. But yeah, I did want to ask you about one thing that I saw on Twitter. Where was I? I can't remember where I was, and I saw it, and I was gonna reply something, but I guess I didn't get a chance. Where you're talking about not getting enough sleep, and someone was like, "Hey, man, you don't get at least 6 hours sleep. That could be a really bad thing long term." And I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to
yeah.
reply to that guy that yeah, he made some really good points because like sleep is
Oh
like one of the
yeah.
most underrated things, right? And you got to get it a certain amount of sleep. You got to get your REM sleep. So yeah, man, don't
Shout out to Ron Jonkers, because that's very true. And I have read dozens of medical studies on chronic sleep deprivation, and it increases like all cause mortality by like 40%, right? So like
Mhm.
it'll totally screw you up if you're getting like less than 6 hours of sleep consistently for a long period of time. But I know the risks, and I'm glad he brought that up. And I just like responded like, that's absolutely true, and I agree. It's important to know the risks. I know the risks, and I'm taking them in order to bootstrap this this entrepreneurial segment of my life to the next level. So like Austin's always talking about his one what's your one favorite, your influencer Gary V. He's all about that grind set, right? I am on my grind set right now, you guys. And
well, hold up now. I'm
not for everybody.
50-50 on Gary V. All right, because some things he says that's like, Jesus, I need to like go and take a break, and then others like, yeah, he gets me fired up. So I'm so 50-50 on that guy.
He's really into NFTs, right?
Oh yeah, the V Friends, bro.
Okay. I
V
see
Friends,
that.
that's his NFTs.
I see that all the time.
Yeah.
All right. I see Nate's here. Nate, by the way, Nate, I'm checking out that fish token you told me about on DM. I had not heard about it. So
fish token.
It's on Arbitrum. So Nate knows that I'm like the biggest Arbitrum fanboy these days. So whenever Nate sees a nice one on Arbitrum, he sends it to me, and I'm literally looking at it for the first time.
Is no one going to respond to my profile picture that I made?
What is that?
Is that a broken phone?
Like a door.
It's a broken phone / camera, man. Because that's what's going on right now.
Very nice. Very crafty.
No, so speaking of tokens, before we get into these projects, can we please talk about, because I'm really curious to hear your all's thoughts, because I want to make sure I'm not going crazy. Can we talk about projects having useless tokens versus why don't they just choose to be businesses and accept revenue via stable coins / established coins and tokens that we already have?
Because they want to make more money.
But it. Actually, money grab. But wouldn't you think that they can make more money with stable coins?
I think a lot of it also has to do with like it's a form of equity ownership in the company. So like a lot of teams will give themselves an allocation of like team tokens, and then if they boost it's like a share in a stock almost, and then they can sell them later. Like if you have a startup or whatever and you issue equity shares, and then later on you have an exit.
There's the problem. There's the problem, and I think that is why this model is failing and it's flawed, because we're talking about cryptocurrency, right? We're not talking about shares. And if you try to make it's like playing with Minecraft, right? If you try to dig in the ground with a pickaxe, you're going to get there, but you're not going to get there efficiently, and you're probably going to keep, whatever. I just made a Minecraft joke, but
I got it.
but it is, but it's the same thing, right? If we're trying to make a cryptocurrency, if we're trying to treat a currency like a stock, you're going to fail because it's two different models of value. And when it comes to using a currency as a share of equity, it's so different than using it as a stock, because it works two different ways. With a currency, you need multiple different ways, and I know we say this all the time, but it's true, use cases in order for that currency to be valuable. And if you just use it as a way of equity, well, what's the point of having equity? You need to sell it in order to gain value. And what do you gain value in? Stable coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, things that in crypto is actually worth value. And when you use that equity, there's only one use case, and that's to sell it. And eventually you're going to sell it on your holders if that's what you're trying to use it for. So it's still,
but that's how shares work in the stock market too, though, right? Like
but in the stock market,
the executives will just sell their shares. Like a CEO, he's takes a position because he gets equity deals. He doesn't care about the company usually. A lot of times he's just like, how much salary and how much equity can I get, and what's my vesting period, and how fast can I sell those shares? So he'll work to get the share price up, and then he'll sell it, make $500 million, and he's gone, right? Like,
okay, so this is a good point. This is a good point. With you talking about selling that share, okay, what made that share profitable? The appreciation in the share, right?
People buying it, demand for it,
right?
The
demand,
the value that people perceive it to have. So the demand of people wanting to buy it versus selling it, just like your saying with a cryptocurrency. It's all in kind of how you frame it, because they can both, and that's why the SEC, this is such a hot topic for them, because ICOs and everything is just like public offering for a company and shares. So it's like penny stocks to me almost, but we have to be very careful with how we talk about those things. But it's an easy way for project to form like equity for their team. But it gets real messy when they're managing their own liquidity in the markets that these trade in, versus having like an established third party that's somewhat regulated by the trading commission and SEC and stuff for stocks. Whereas like you could go on PancakeSwap or wherever that's totally decentralized, and you can yank your liquidity at any point and just totally rig the market if you wanted to. So there's a lot of pitfalls, but there's also a lot of similarities, I guess.
Well, here's the point. Here's the point that I'm making is with the people, the major shareholders, like if I'm a business owner or whatever, and I'm getting that equity share or something like that, that's cool. But the reason that business is successful and what motivates me as a CEO or whatever, if I have equity share in a company, is the revenue, is the success of that business. Well, how are we receiving revenue? We're not receiving revenue. We're not having customers pay us in shares of our own company. We're having customers pay us in USD, in euros, in whatever, native currency that company is established in. And thus that revenue, that EPS, earnings per share, that is what makes us valuable as a stock, which then in return makes that equity larger. So when it comes to us having a token, that if you want to use a token as a form of equity, you're also receiving revenue in your same token that you are getting equity in. So it's like this double thing where it's like we're playing a constant tug of war if you want to use equity share in that token, when it's also that form of revenue and that form of success that you're trying to provide.
Who's to say they're taking payment for their services in their token? What if they're taking payment in stable coins or Bitcoin or something, and then just using that to buy back their token to raise the price or do buybacks and burns and things like that?
Well, because the reason I'm saying that is
companies buy
I've
back their shares
projects doing that this week. So there was this, I'm not going to mention the project, but I'm just going to give an example. So there was this project, right? We ran across them this week, and they had an amazing software. Okay. It's basically DBank, but 10 times better. And it was amazing. And how the people got into their subscription to use their software is they had a token, and they bought their token. And I was like, well, why in the world would you want to charge your customers in your token when you could just charge in USDC, BUSD? And they said, well, we got a dev fee on the taxes, right? And it's like, but you're only getting paid 10% of your buy, and the rest is still going to the customer. Like, it's the customer still holding 90% of that token, when you could earn 100% dev fee from just USDC, BUSD, and then now you have a real business. So
I agree. I think that's a weird.
It makes no sense.
That setup is super weird to me. Like, why force your customers to buy your token, to pay you in your token? Like, just take cash or stable coins, and then like if you want to do a buyback, because that's what that's what publicly traded companies do sometimes. Like they'll actually buy back their own shares, and then they'll do like stock splits, or they'll issue more shares, kind of like minting, you know what I mean, like tokens. But forcing somebody to use your currency that's like essentially a shit coin you just made up, kind of inconvenient if you ask me.
Yeah, you guys both make great points, and I think it's a hard conversation to have because it is so much apples to oranges, right? And when you think about, Alex, you brought up the example of the stock market, there are some definite similarities there. But with the stock market, what is very different is the fact that, let's say, for example, how much these executives are getting paid. That's public information. We know that. How are they getting paid? We know that. And more importantly, if they sell stock, they
have to report it. Yeah,
they have to be reported. With these projects, we don't have any of that information. It's all whatever. And you guys kind of went back.
And that's why we have to ask during our AMAs, like, how are you guys getting compensated? why our community wants us to ask those questions. Yeah, carry on.
We'll think about, let's, and I think it's okay to bring it up because it's gone. It's a dead project. But let's bring up Titan, for example. We didn't know until after the fact how much the team was paying themselves weekly. If I remember correctly, it was the 4 core members. It was a bit, especially considering the low liquidity, what a small project it was. They were paying themselves pretty well in that token, right? So if we would have known that up front, I think we would have all cashed out immediately, right? If we would have known how much they were paying themselves weekly. And that's, who's to say how much else they were getting in other ways, right? Which we'll never know, we'll never see. With these stocks that you brought up, we know all that. And it gives us, and it's a lot easier. And then the other big difference is that, and you guys were both kind of hit on this as well, is the fact that with stocks, they're bringing, for the most part, they're bringing in revenue, right? And they may not be profitable, but they're bringing in some kind of revenue. And with crypto, all of crypto, I mean, they're 99% of it. There's very few that aren't. Maybe Magic, Owen and Magic is like the one exception of the small caps. They're not bringing in any revenue or very little revenue. So it's all speculative. Look at DOT, guys. DOT is valued at like 4.4 billion or 2.2 billion. I don't even know. It's a billion something. Their revenue, like 2 weeks ago, their revenue for the week was less than $1,000. Like, it's like
nice.
I mean, so it's like
Dude,
I think we all just have to.
So you're telling me that I'm the equivalent of DOT as a personal business with revenue?
You're worth $4 billion,
more.
Austin, at least. You're worth more than that to me. All right.
You hear that, Mom? I'm successful.
Yes, you've made it.
I made it, bro.
But tech companies like in Silicon Valley and like Tesla for a long time had like zero revenue, but they're worth billions of dollars. So it's like there's always that like overvaluation of like potential compared to actual revenue, and a lot of that had to do with inflation of the money supply. Like QE had a lot to do with people making crazy valuations with, like Austin was saying, EPS, earnings per share. Like it did not, like when that ratio gets so out of whack, you're just like, oh, this is a giant bubble right here. At some point, it's going to pop, right? And then they just, as they kept printing, it's like, how long can they extend these crazy EPS ratios out on these tech companies? And I feel like we're kind of in a similar world, even in a bear market in crypto still, where we have these little microcosm bubbles for different, because of hype, basically hype, demand, marketing, narrative. Yeah.
I mean, that's the key. I mean, what are the hot narratives right now, right? It's all about DEXs, right? That's why you see something like GMX going crazy right now, and all these like smaller cap similar projects doing really, really well. Even copy and paste ones are doing really, really well right now if you look at the price action. The other narrative is that people are excited about Arbitrum because they expect an airdrop to happen sooner or later, and we know that that's going to do a lot for those projects. So that's another hot narrative. And I think the next new hot narrative is probably going to be AI, right? Everyone's talking about this chat GPT thing. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to get into it. I've been trying to get an account for like, I don't know, I think I'm going on 3 days now. And again, I've been traveling, so I haven't really been able to sit down and do it. I can't get to the next step. I can't get to the next step of setting it up. Did you already set yours up?
Don't call yourself a content creator. Just do it as a normal account.
I've been trying. I can't even get to that step. I hit on the sign up, and it just keeps spinning.
That's weird.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys already have
maybe you
your
just refresh
accounts?
or something.
I haven't. Yeah. I haven't. I don't even know really what you're talking about. No.
Oh my God. Chat GPT? Yeah. Okay.
Dude, you're gonna love it as a developer.
Dude, you're gonna go nuts. Oh, we just created a monster, Austin.
Oh God. What does this mean?
It's good for YouTube as well.
Alex is gonna be up all night.
You can literally tell it to create clickable YouTube titles and stuff. And I mean it's crazy. It's basically AI that you can tell to do anything. It's great.
It's amazing. Wow. Like, yeah.
Interesting.
For instance, this guy told it to create a script for marketing. It was like I bookmarked it on Twitter, but basically he told it to do a marketing plan for XYZ, and it like did actually really well. It took like, I think the guy said it would take like 5 hours of work to do what it did in like 10-15 minutes. Like, it was insane.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I saw that other guy that told it to like basically write up like a legal document and did it in like no
People are
big
using
deal.
him for
Oh,
essays in school, for
somebody's
assignments.
somebody's like, "Hey, I made an intro song for your YouTube channel using AI," and it was like a rap song about yabonks and crypto and stuff. And I'm like, "What the hell?" That
Oh,
must have
that's
been what
so
they
cool.
used.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. That's really cool.
Wow.
Hey, so I noticed we have 39 watching, but a bunch of them are on Facebook. So I guess at Facebook they're not allowed to chat. Is that how that
Uh,
works?
yeah. I don't know. I'm
You got
streaming across,
Facebook watchers?
bro. I'm
Yeah.
on. I've been streaming this on like. I'm streaming this on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter,
That's
YouTube.
awesome.
I basically maxed out Restream with. I just like I'm putting it on every platform.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So
I don't
that.
think that those on Facebook can chat. I wish they could, but I don't think so.
Man,
Oh,
Restream really broke my heart. I had to
oh
cut
wow.
ties with
Yeah.
Restream.
Oh, you
Really?
did?
Why is that?
Yeah, man. I was on customer service for like hours. We could not for the life. I mean, I've got a brand new computer, so that wasn't the issue. I got a wired connection to Wi-Fi. That wasn't the issue. For some reason, when I would share my screen, when I would like be trading and stuff and streaming the trading, I would share my screen and the charts would be so blurry and they could not figure out what it was. So I was like, oh man, I'm just gonna have to stop. I'm just gonna stop using it. So now I just use Streamlabs.
Hmm.
It's free
Oh,
anyways.
yeah. I heard
Okay.
Streamlabs is good, but don't you have to like hook up OBS to it or something like that?
No,
No. Okay.
it's
I know that
basically
many
like
do.
OBS, but way better.
Okay.
Yeah. Streamlabs is. I think it wraps around OBS in a way.
Yeah, it
I
kind
think
of
I
works
so.
like it.
Yeah.
I used to
Yeah.
use it. Yeah. Yeah. So things have been crazy, guys. I just want to mention a bunch of stuff that's launching right now. Plus, I have a huge giveaway going on. So if anybody's trying to get $1,000 NFT, EMP Money hooked me up with one of these power up NFTs worth $1,000. It's like their virtual Ethereum miner, and I have a Gleam contest going on right now. I will put it in the chat here, and let's see. I'll put it across all my different channels. But
Signing up right now.
yeah, so it's $1,000 to mint one on Ethereum network, and it basically just like optimizes that capital inside of EMP and gives you rewards daily. So it's pretty cool. The contest is going until tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to do a live stream about 6 p.m. Eastern time, and after 8 p.m. when they're minting for this ends, I will pick the winner then. So tune in to my channel tomorrow between 6 and 8 p.m. Eastern time to see if you win. We've got 800 entries into that contest already. It's a very popular one. Everybody seems to love AJ and EMP Money. AJ's an amazing guy, by the way, if you guys don't know who that is, AJ Brockman. But yeah, so that's going on. And other big DeFi news I want to run through real quick. Bunch of other big launches that I'm looking into at the moment. We got our mutual friend Austin, Cyril from Only Burns. So Only Burns right now, it has just launched their. I think they're in pre-sale.
Yes.
So Only Burns is looking super cool. It's like the hyper deflationary, and it's contagious, and it burns anything around it that you point it towards. I'm going to do an AMA with them next week. It's crazy. Fraction
Dude, I'm
mining.
so freaking excited for them. Like,
Yeah,
I just
dude.
want to say real quick. So I met Cyril in person. We did a in-person meetup 3 weeks ago now, 4 weeks ago. And dude, the dude is like so it all stemmed from a joke. So they literally made a project called it was like Elon Doge 69 Enu, something hilarious where because he's a part of the Sphere community, and they made this project where they wanted to buy back and burn Sphere. So what they did was they used like the tax or I forgot the specifics. Obviously, he can go into it, but they made that as a joke. And then they were like, well, what if we made a project where the whole point of governance was to vote on burning projects tokens? And it's like,
Right.
dude, he just went all in. Like he worked with like this major illustrator that like, oh my gosh, because I'm a part of Cyril's private Discord, and he was like dude, the artwork he took so serious. And it looks amazing. Like I'm so freaking excited for Only Burns.
I am too. And like, I know like the whole fun gamification of it is like, oh yeah, get some people together and then vote on the project you want to burn the hell out of their token and make it like deflationary and make the price go up or whatever. But like, I don't, that's like second to me. The first is like the O burn token itself is hyper deflationary. Like it's like, that's its whole thing. Like that token itself, I want to buy and hold it for like a month and then like just see how much it goes up because it just like burns its own supply at like an insane rate. And I feel like it's contagious where it catches fire then in these votes. And then, I don't know. So my goal is to get the Only Burns token, sit on it, and then buy all 5 of the top voted for projects, like $100 in each. And then whichever ones, like the top 5 all get burnt. The winner gets burnt the most, but like then I would get that price appreciation from the burning eventually in all 5 of those positions I'm in. Anyway, that's my strategy. I've been thinking about this all night. So that's cool. You know about it too. Fraction mining is minting right now their membership NFTs, and they are the flare gas proof of work mining. So they're the ones who harvest the proof of work or harvest the flare gas in a gen set, burn it to power proof of work miners for Bitcoin, Kadena, and Litecoin. I'm really excited about that one personally. I've loved the concept of flare gas mining since like 2017 when I first heard about it. That's going to like change the world and completely nullify any arguments people have about proof of work being like, oh, energy irresponsible and blah blah blah. And then, like I said, EMPs, power up NFTs are minting right now. Truth Seekers just launched, and Kyoto Swap just launched as well. And I moved all of my Orbital tokens from Orbital Dex, which is now acquired by Kyoto, and I've moved them over and staked them in Kyoto Swap. And I'm getting all these cases at a crazy rate, by the way. So orb holders, if you haven't done that yet, go stake your stuff in Kyoto Swap because the emissions are crazy right now for your orbs. Kind of to, you know, give back to the previous holders who got screwed in the whole orbital thing twice now. So that's kind of cool. Check out Kyoto Swap and True Seekers as well. They're
Is
all...
Orb still called Orb, or is it called something different now?
No, it's like they're called K orbs or R orbs or something, but it's a temporary token.
Okay.
There's a 90-day vesting period where you put them in a single staking pool on Kyoto Swap, and for that 90 days, you get K Swap in exchange for it. So then your tokens become obsolete essentially, and then you have a ton of the native DEX token K Swap. So that's basically how they exchange it fairly. So people who are orb whales don't dump all their K Swap all at once. It takes 90 days to get your equivalent amount of K Swap out of your orbs. So they did that for sustainability and everything. Yeah.
All right, Dorn asked for our top 5 buys of 2023. Ooh, that's a loaded question.
That is a loaded question.
That's a big question.
Oh man. So okay, Enrique, what you said earlier, trends right now in DeFi, where I hang out mostly, like the super shady alleyways of DeFi, the Discord servers and the Telegram servers. Right now, you know, the DEXs, the other really popular thing are hash rate and hash power sharing NFTs.
I know. Yes.
I love those projects. I even got one from Austin and Cardinal House. I got that Node Runner NFT.
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm trying to have one of every one of those. So I have diversification across those in case any company fails or whatever. But I would like to have that exposure.
Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed you didn't plug Node Runner, honestly, man. I'm pretty disappointed in you.
That already launched. Dude, you guys,
we've launched twice now.
Did you really? I missed that. You gotta let me know these things.
We're on phase 3, man.
You gotta let me know these things. I would have grabbed another one.
We got 2 constellation nodes, and I'm really excited. I'm really freaking excited.
Okay, there's Up Finance. Are you guys familiar with that one?
Yeah, that one's launching as well. I looked into that briefly.
That's a good name. I like that.
Yep. And that's like an MDB plus, Phoenix plus kind of token. Similar token to that as well. Yeah, Nate's got hydro whales and frozen walrus, the walrus anglers clubs. I've got a hydro whale now. Dang it, I wasn't supposed to say that. So I'm working on a video where I was gonna like make a big announcement about that. But I blabbed. I got a whale. I got a I got a walrus anglers.
Oh no, is he froze on your end?
Yeah, he is. I wasn't sure if it was me or him. Yeah.
Hey, it's not me messing up this time. Let's go. Hey, like the
know.
video, like the stream. Let's go.
Yeah. It's finally not you, man. This must be your shining moment.
I see Urij is in the chat. I just want to shout out to Urij real quick. If anybody, I'm being serious, if anybody's watching this and they need artwork, bro, Urij does amazing artwork for our Cardinal House. So I just want to give her a big shout out. She's awesome.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-oh. We're losing you
man.
again, Alex. Not good.
no. All right, I'll stop. You guys talk.
All right. You'll probably come back in a bit.
What's your top 5, Enrique? I want to hear it.
I mean, for
So I can copy
2023,
trade.
no, yeah. I mean, as far as 2023, I before saying that, I do want to state, I think the first part of 2023 is going to be pretty brutal. I think the recession is all but a certainty in early 2023, and I think that's when BTC will most likely bottom, along with everything else. So, it's just a matter of when. And I do think that at some point, whether it's late Q1 or Q2, that's when we'll see that bottom, and then that's when the fun will start again. And once the fun starts, I think it's just going to be easy, guys. I think it's going to be really, really easy because of the fact that so many great projects are going to lose so much in value. I think Ethereum is going to be like the easiest play. Like, we know it's not going anywhere. It's going to probably get in, below 1,000, and the upside for Ethereum is going to be so high next bull run. I mean, it's going to be deflationary by then for sure, because it's going to have a lot more usage. The more it gets used, the more deflationary it will be. A $15,000 Ethereum makes a lot of sense to me in the next bull run. I am talking about something that's probably not going to happen until like 2025, May 2026. But just think about, say you pick up some cheap Ethereum around 1,000, or even now. Say you pick up some now. I mean, at 15K, that's still a really nice return on something that's probably not going anywhere. So that's my top pick, just because I think it's, if you kind of assess risk versus reward, that one's beautiful. Now, as far as, and then BNB would come close second. And then I think, you got to have some of those kind of, like Alex calls them, dirtier plays. And I think they're fun. The dirty plays are fun. And I will have a couple of those. I've talked about UFO before. I think Ultra is going to be a good one. I've talked about Magic Craft before. The narrative comes back in regards to play to earn. And I think something in Arbitrum is going to blow up. So I think it's important to keep an eye on Arbitrum and Optimism. And what's that other one? That other layer one that's come that could be Sui. I think you need to look at Sui. I think there's going to be some 100Xs, 500Xs in there. You just got to figure out which ones they will be, that sort of thing. So that's kind of like where my head's at. As far as right now, with degen plays I have, for those of you that watched my last video, I did get into this project called Smog. It's like my big degen play because the liquidity is like 40K. So if you're looking at gamble, take a look at that one. I wasn't paid by the team or anything like that to talk about them. But that's like the only degen play I have right now. Like everything else, I'm being like really cautious and just going in and out of trades. How about you guys? I'm kind of curious to see what your top 5 is.
That's a tough question.
I think the number one, I'll agree with you, Enrique. I mean, Ethereum, that's the most boring, unsexy, but easiest guess, I think, for the future of just, if you just want to put money somewhere and just never look at it, and it's just risk capital, you're okay with just not even touching it for 10 years plus, Ethereum, hands down. One that I'm pretty vocal that I'm very, very bullish on if we're talking layer 2s, because Ethereum's, I think, a no-brainer for layer 1. Layer 2 would be Polygon. Dude, I can truly see every major business working with Polygon. I mean, we've already seen so many Disney, Starbucks. I seen this giant list, and now I'm just blanking, but there's like this giant list I seen of just all these different consumer.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
Adidas,
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, it goes on
so
and
many.
on. Yeah.
With Polygon, if we're talking a little bit riskier, I would say DAG for my number 3. Constellation, because that's more a little riskier because it's lower market cap. But if they do, dude, I'm telling you, if they achieve what they're going to achieve, that's easily a very, very good. I'm not going to promise any returns or say any returns, but that's easily a really good return. What is that? Number 3, number 4, man, it's hard to think above 3, honestly, but
yeah,
I truly don't know. What do you think, Alex? What's a couple more?
Oh man, all right. My top 5 are probably first is gonna be a basket of stable coins. I'm gonna be sitting mostly cash, like probably 50%. I want to be 50% stable coins through 2023, probably until I have trend reversal confirmation, like we've talked about. So I'm going to be sitting probably 50 or 60% cash, BUSD, DAI, USDC. And then after that is Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB for sure, and probably Matic. And I want to say, probably Cadena, maybe. So maybe Cadena, Avalanche, or Litecoin, somewhere in there.
Okay, I will add
but then some DeFi, degen stuff. I'm talking like layer, layer 0s, layer 1s, layer 2s, all that crap. But then I'm gonna have some my DeFi bags like MDB and Coyote and stuff like that, and some other stuff. But
I didn't say 2 other ones. So 2 other ones that I totally forgot about. Obviously Goss. So when Goss blockchain just launched back in November, and I'm really, really excited to see what they do. And then BNB. I would say BNB, but I think that's just a given. Like, I mean, I think everybody's bullish long term. Now, if I would have to do a speculative project that's about to launch, I seen Cyril here, and I'm not saying this just because Cyril is here.
Dude, I truly believe, did you?
Because if you guys are just tuning in, take your finger or your cursor, swipe back to the beginning of this for my giant rant about why most projects do not need tokens. This is one project that I truly do believe needs a token that's unique to that project versus just, Ethereum, USDC, whatever, because they actually, day 0, when the project launches, their token is a built-in utility. You only can use and interact with their ecosystem with their token. That is why I believe you need a token with that. So Oburns,
rewind, Cyril. If you missed it, Cyril, we had a whole Oburns conversation already. About how
we talked about it.
Hyper.
No more airtime for you, Cyril.
I'll bill joined you right now. Yeah. So we had a big only burns conversation already about how deflationary it is. That would be an interesting one, but that's more of like a DeFi degen play. My top 5 in terms of like if I were putting together a portfolio for next bull run, I have my layer 1s, layer 2s and stuff, and then stable coins. But then I got my DeFi bag, my moon bags.
Yeah, you gotta have moon bags. I have a couple too, and I if I didn't mention BNB in my top 5, I damn well should have, because I think BNB is an absolute no-brainer. Just like Ethereum, deflationary, and it's got so much upside still. I mean, a $3,000 BNB is definitely in the works. I did maybe if you noticed, I didn't say near, which I've been very vocal about near. I've changed my tune about near. I mean, the near I have, I'm going to hold on to, but I'm not going to add more. And I think with near, the problem is that it turns out that it was being backed a lot. And as far as like hype, as far as like them actually financially backing the ecosystem, when I say them, I mean Alameda, FTX, and all, that whole group of fraudsters. They were doing a lot to push near as far as narrative, as far as marketing and financially. So that's going to hamper near. So I am a bit worried about near. Are they going to have the upside that I thought they once had? I don't know. Their all-time high was $20. I thought in the next bull run, a $60 near would make a lot of sense. And I'll just, I don't see that happening now. Just like with Solana. Do we see Solana getting to 260, 280 again? Absolutely not.
Look, so according to the crypto tools, shilling Solana and Solana NFTs and stuff, it's fine, guys. It's fine. No, Solana. Yeah, I see so many Twitter crypto girls shilling Solana, but I think it'll be fine long term. But like, it's got a long road to recovery after the FTX scandal. They're very close to them but
Super
they've got a
long,
strong
super
developer.
long.
They've got a strong developer base. So like in terms of like communities of developers, I personally know developers in real life that develop on Solana and they like it. So I think it has potential, but it's
That's
gonna.
funny you say that though. The ones I've talked
Yeah.
to told me the complete opposite. They say that developing Solana is really hard. I've had other people say equate it to like eating glass. That
Well, isn't
code that they
Solana
use.
the thing that goes down all the time? Like, isn't that one of the
Yes,
places that just
yes.
it's always down? It's like the Xfinity of
It's been down like 12 times, but
NFTs.
for a blockchain should never be down. So yeah. But they use the same coding language as Near. So
What
I
do they
was
use?
kind of
What do they
hoping
use?
that
Like, do they use Rust or
Rust,
something?
Rust.
Is it
Yes.
Rust? Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh. So I was hoping that Near
Yeah.
would pick up a bunch of those projects and they go to Near because of the fact that it's the same coding language. But we'll see if that plays out. I think it's still a little too early to tell. But everyone has their kind of 2 cents on what's going to happen. I was talking to Owen from Magic the other day, and he didn't think that at all. He's like, well, they should all just go to Phantom because Phantom is much better technology. So it's just funny, like who you talk to, they're going to tell you, because we all have our different ways of viewing things, which is fun, right? That's what makes it so cool. So we'll see how all that plays out.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you say that, Enrique, because when it comes to the whole like everybody has their own opinions in crypto, I literally just joked with somebody on my Twitter because I made a tweet, and this is honestly really true. Let me know in the chat if anybody sympathizes with me here, but I could listen to Neil deGrasse talk about science and just anything for hours. Like the dude is so entertaining to listen to. And this guy was like, they replied and he was like, yeah, he didn't really like him as much. I forgot why, but he said basically he's stuck in his views. And you hear that a lot in the science community where they're just so stuck on like their one philosophy of science and stuff. And I feel like that's the same way with crypto, with like blockchains and technology and stuff. It's like you got Bitcoin maxis, you got freaking crap coin maxis, insert stupid DeFi project maxis. I mean, you got all these crazy people that are like, for one way or another, so like they'll die before they agree with you on an opposing opinion.
The hex cult, we got the hex cult, we got the Safu cult. I mean, but that's what makes it so fun too, right?
It's pretty entertaining.
Yeah, there's always seems to be some kind of like drama or something going on. Another thing that happened this week, you guys may not be aware of this. Just because I was shorting this asset. Oh, my dog's going nuts. Sorry, guys.
Oh, your dog agrees. Exactly.
Yeah. Thanks, Tobias. We had this. It sucks. My home office is like right next to the front door, which is in some ways cool, but in most ways it sucks. 1 inch was having this huge token unlock, and so it was an easy spot to short. And so it turned out that all the information that was coming out about the unlock was wrong. And so there was drama between like 1 inch and the people that were given the information. Turned out that the unlock was actually happening December 1st, where everyone thought it was going to happen on December 24th. And it just completely created this dump. And because of the fact that everyone was expecting it, but the actual unlock had already happened. It happened December 1st. So that was pretty interesting to see how like people just talking on Twitter, narrative and all that kind of stuff makes such a big difference. Like crypto is just such a funny place where like, even if it's not even real, it's real. In the price action, it's real.
It's real in the bank account.
So it was really interesting to see that unfold. So it turns out that the next big unlock for this token, 1 inch, is not going to happen until I think like May of next year or whatever. But on the subject of that, guys, I do have one really easy money making scheme. February 4th, Sand is going to have their huge token unlock. They're going to unlock like 15% of the total supply, which circulating supply is even a lot more than that. Keep an eye on that. If you like shorting crypto, I would probably open up a short somewhere in around early to mid-January. And Sand is going to have a huge token unlock February 14th. So keep an eye on that. That's my alpha for the day.
Sand. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is that
noted?
That's that metaverse project, right?
Yes, it is.
Decentraland. That's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
almost made an account there one time because I was like really wanting to see what it was, but the interest just didn't go all the way there.
Yeah.
What's up, Pocket Aces?
Pocket Aces in the house. Yeah, we see a lot of friendly faces, so thanks to all of you guys for joining us. We got 52 watching. So
Oh man, we were almost at an all-time high.
Oh shit.
I think
Hey,
55 is
by the
number to
way,
beat.
to all you people watching, go subscribe to Pocket Aces. He's a very fast up and coming YouTuber in the DeFi crypto space, and he's a great guy. So make sure you subscribe to him, and also to these guys, Enrique and Austin. They're awesome. And if you're watching, like the video because it gets traction on YouTube.
Yeah, thank you. That helps a lot. But so back to Sand, guys. Sand is still it's lost about 90% of its value, but most of those types of projects have lost like 99% of their value. So it still has a lot of downside. So I think this is a really good short opportunity, but I do think that Bitcoin is probably going to go up for the rest of the month, or at least go on another run before the downtrend continues. So that's why I'm saying I would wait. I'm just letting you guys what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait till like first week of January, and then I'm going to open up a monster huge short on that asset. So, and I'm going to cover this in my videos to come. When you short an asset based on a token unlock, things get really weird and screwy and weird and fun and crazy about a week before the actual date of the token unlock. The shorts become bigger and bigger and bigger, and the short interest becomes bigger, bigger, and bigger. So a lot of people see that as an opportunity for a short squeeze. So things get really, really weird. So what I've noticed from the last 3 that I've tracked really closely is that you want to open up your short about 5 weeks-ish, maybe. Maybe if you really think the market's about to tank, 6 weeks before the actual date of the token unlock, and then maybe about 10 days before the token unlock, when that short interest is starting to build. That's when you close out the short. So I'll be going into detail in regards to this. I'm going to show I'm going to do the Sand one. I'm going to keep an eye on it starting January. I'm going to kind of do updates on it so we can kind of track it together. But I now have like 4 or 5 under my belt, and I've noticed that these characteristics are very, very true. The only thing that gets weird is that, as you guys know, all coins are going to follow the mother of all charts, which is Bitcoin. So if you start a short, and because of something like this, but Bitcoin's about to go up, then your short's going to get hurt because Bitcoin's going to bring it up. So I just wanted to, sorry for the long rant, but I just want to bring that up.
No, that's good info, man.
Yeah,
that's good info to know.
All right, guys, I'm gonna step aside for a few minutes. So I'll let you guys take over.
Okay, and if you guys want to hear more of Enrique's awesome TA wisdom, he's very knowledgeable on TA trading and very good at it. He posts like a lot of his plays and thoughts in my Discord server, which is now public. So in the description below, check out my Discord server. I see a bunch of you already joining it as we've been talking. So that's pretty cool, man. Austin's in there too. He hangs out in there and chimes in on things like that as well. Oh man.
Yeah, dude.
What crazy times we live in, Austin.
Dude, I'm honestly so excited for the new year. I think one thing that I'm just going to continuously do is keep learning trading. Like, and I wanted to kind of mention this before we start wrapping things up, is when it comes to, creating content, how do you feel? Have you felt like a change this year when it comes to like shifting content?
Yeah, I think at least for when I first got into DeFi. So I've been in crypto for a long time, but when I say DeFi, I mean like totally decentralized networks like Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Avalanche, all that stuff. Not so much like I used to trade a lot on central exchanges, Bitcoin and Ethereum. I used to trade the coins on central exchanges, but now that I'm in DeFi, when I first got in here, there was so much shilling, like people just pumping their bags, content creators saying like, I made this much money in this many days. I made this much percent in this many days. There's so much of that. And as we found, a lot of those schemes fell apart with those projects because they were unrealistic. They were just like a massive influx of TVL and liquidity in the bull market. Now that we're in the market, content creators, just like the projects, are evolving to look for more real value propositions with actual revenue streams, business models, real hype, and things like that. And I think as a content creator, it's like we said in our Twitter space with like Jesse Eckel and James Pelton the other day. You can't get 100+ subscribers a day doing nothing now. You have to like fight for every dozen subscribers you get. Like you're out there fighting for it with each piece of content you make. And I think it really, for me at least, it makes each subscriber so valuable that I will take as much time as they need to talk with them. If they message me on any platform, I put time aside each day to talk to every single person that watches my content and get something out of it, because I appreciate them giving me their time of day and attention. What do you think, Austin?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, I went through it, the learning process myself. I think a lot of the content I did at the beginning of the year, obviously I wouldn't even do now. And it's like, dude, it's just been such an amazing learning opportunity this year as a content creator that it's been something I want to talk more about on my channel as I progress, is that I think my way of creating content is like so anti anti-YouTube algorithm, because dude, I honestly have fell in love with, the editing and the production quality and telling the story part of YouTube, that it's like, dude, I've tried, dude, I can't tell you how many videos I've made where it's like, I just want to say I did this and how much money I made, but I just got so bored with it. I'm like, dude, this is just I don't even want to do it. It's like, I want to create a story. So it's like, for the YouTube algorithm, what are we taught? Post 1 to 2 times a week, consistently the same day, so that way the YouTube algorithm, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, man, I just want to do what I want to do. So that's why like now I've been posting so irregular, because, it's just like, it's like an art form, it's like you want inspiration, you want to do things the best way possible. So I'm so excited for what I have planned for this new year and things that I'm going to be doing with my content, that, man, it's like a new level. It's like a new level's been unlocked.
Your content has been awesome. Like the production quality, editing, and the narratives. It's so well done, man. They are works of art, and I would love to get to that point with my video quality. Like each one of yours is like a little movie.
Yeah, but you guys brought up the subscribers, and I just want to state that like all those subscribers, everyone watching right now that have stayed with it throughout this horrible bear market, that are still focused, that are still learning, that are still trying to figure out what is the next thing to look at, and are going to be so well prepared for the next bull run. It's sick, right? So to all you watching, all of you that have kind of stayed with it, you guys are the one. I mean, you guys are going to kill it next bull run, because you're not going to be like the rest of retail where they just kind of give up and then they come in and get FOMO after everything has already appreciated price and it's already too late. So to all you guys watching, you guys are the real ones, seriously, and you guys will reap the benefits honestly, of this.
It's so much cooler as a content creator. Like, I don't know how you all feel, but it's so much cooler to do like these live streams and even uploading videos, that to see the same people consistently, like either interacting, like talking in the chat right now, or commenting, or talking on Twitter. It's so much cooler to interact with you guys, and I'm just honestly just opening up right now with that type of stuff where I'm constantly seeing the same faces. I would honestly rather do that. Like, I know this is so against growing on YouTube. I would rather see that than like have 500 people watching right now and just watching the chat just go crazy. Like, have y'all ever watched those streamers that the chats you can't even read because it's so fast? It's like, dude, these are the people.
Since the bull, I mean,
never seen that?
I haven't seen that. Well, I have, but I haven't seen it since the bull run ended. Like, it's just
so much. I don't know, because I feel like we're all creating like a cool little international friend group that we're all going to be so much better off in the years to come, that I would rather hang out with you guys than 1,000 viewers that I have no idea about any day.
I agree.
It makes sense.
I agree. Yeah, I love seeing the same people week after week, following our conversations and our plays, and like really like as they get to know us, we also get to know them, And like you said, it's like an international friend group. It's really cool.
1000%.
Yeah.
All right. Someone asked about SafeMoon. I know nothing goes to zero in crypto, but SafeMoon went to zero, didn't it?
Dude, there's a scandal.
I don't know what that is.
CoffeeZilla investigated SafeMoon, and
Right.
you guys know Tom. He's I think the community manager over in Kyoto Swap now. Tom's super cool guy. He was on our show weeks ago. He was involved with the SafeMoon investigation. Actually, he was in a group that was part of that investigation, and they like dug up all the transactions. They found all the shady stuff, all the money that got stolen, I think, and worked with CoffeeZilla.
He was part of that?
Yep, he was part of that investigation team, and
I saw the video.
Yep, and he worked with CoffeeZilla and everything to make that report. So yeah, that's what I know about Safe, is that there was some shady stuff going on there. So I don't know if it's still around.
Yeah, I'm a little confused. There's a bunch of SafeMoons. One of them does have 14K volume in the last hour. So I'm guessing, I guess it's still kind of doing its thing, unless if it's one of a fake SafeMoon that someone came up with. But this one's about a year old. So I find that kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So I don't know, because I mean, nothing ever goes to zero in crypto, right? So, but Jesus, guys, 14K in volume, that's actually, it's something. So
it's a heartbeat.
It's 14K. It's more than, some of the projects we know. So
yeah, a lot more. In like a day, a lot of projects right now are not getting 14K volume a day in our circles,
Alex, sorry to interrupt, but we talked about MDB's volume last week, and I said I was a bit worried about it. Now it's been up to kind of like 64K, which is, a lot better. What was it last week? I think it was like 18K or something, right? So it's nice to see it go up in volume so much. I mean, that's a 3x in volume since last time we talked about it. They're doing some things differently. Did we touch on that last week, Alex?
Maybe. So I know they launched Xenia 2.0, their like newest version of their DApp, with all sorts of automated auto compounds your farm position now. And there's also the new farm because they now have MDB.
But didn't they get rid of Infinity?
Plus. No.
I'm
still sitting in it. I got over $1,000 in Infinity still staked, and that's making me probably making me like $2 to $5 a day, more on good days. So that position's like I'm just farming Infinity. I mean, I'm farming DB/BNB, and kind of just compounding that stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they got rid of Infinity. What?
Oh, you see, I'm not crazy. Okay, yeah, I thought I
saw
that.
Yeah, they did.
Okay,
thanks for telling me.
I mean, okay, yeah. So how does that work? If you still hold Infinity?
I don't know, because
you better figure it out.
2 weeks. Oh, gee.
We're losing Alex. Yeah, he's freaking out, so we're losing him. Yeah, interesting. Hey, so Austin, I know that you've been trading a bit. How do you see BTC in the next week or so, heading into the big CPI numbers and then the FOMC meeting?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of, next week I can definitely see it being heavily volatile. Right now, still, I have Bitcoin trending down. Right now, it's like on the 4-hour chart, it's like tickling $17,255, where that's like right above my resistance line. Like obviously if it breaks that, we'll probably see a little bit more of a pump. But with the meetings and stuff that's going on next week, I've been predicting that the FOMC is going to cause a Santa rally, because I feel like they want the markets to kind of align with history. And as we all know, FOMC, they manipulate the markets, whether we want to agree or not, they do. And I feel like it's going to be a pretty bullish FOMC meeting. There's like 2 other major events too, right?
Well, the FOMC meeting is the 14th, but then the CPI numbers are the 13th, which is really interesting because I mean, I feel like that's going to be the secret sauce, right? If the CPI numbers come in hot, then that pretty much tells us exactly what, Mr. Powell is going to do on the 14th. If they don't, it kind of tells us more about what he's going to do, right? So I know that all the analysts that have been pretty accurate with this. They have it, I think, at 82 or 83% chance that they're gonna hike it up 50 basis points versus 75. So that tells you that maybe their data shows that the CPI numbers won't come in hot, but we've been surprised before, right? So I think as a trader, I think, if you want to front run that, good luck. I mean, that's a bit scary because
I feel like it's 50-50 for sure.
The changes happen so quick because it's all quants and bots. So so it makes it really, really tricky for sure. But I do think that heading into the event and maybe this weekend, I like to think that BTC will be okay and make a little run up to maybe 17.5, but I just don't know because, like you said, it is starting to look, it's looking bearish on the 4 hour for sure. It's very hard to like be bullish right now for the weekend, but it's the weekend. It's low liquidity. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
So it will be very interesting. Okay, so FOMC meeting. Nate's talking about the FOMC meeting here. I'll just put it up. So it should be very, very interesting. And then, like you said, man, we want that Santa rally. We didn't get it last year. I don't know if you guys remember. Everyone was calling for a Santa rally, and we didn't get it.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get it this year. That'd be nice. And then we'll see what happens next year. But yeah, I mean, I think all signs point to the recession really starting to take place in early Q1 of next year. And that's not going to be fun. That's not going to be fun, guys. I'm just letting you know. I think that's when we're going to see BTC bottom most likely, and it could get a little ugly. But we'll see. We never know. We could have some weird black swan event or something keep us from that happening. And you never know. And it was good to get good news out of China this week. It looks like they're finally kind of like reopening, and that should help the markets out a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be very. I think next week will be a pretty good definitive turning point to see how Bitcoin performs in the new year. Because I mean, if it's bullish, I mean, if it's good, I mean, we could see a decent run up, in my opinion, to like 18.6, 18.7.
Or maybe even a little higher. From what I saw, I like that is not too crazy. A 20K even could be possible, but if you're really feeling optimistic, and then more drawdown. So yeah, and it'll be funny, guys, because you're gonna see crypto Twitter calling bottoms and all sorts of stuff. But no, guys, like if you look at the monthly, it's like magnetically BTC is getting pulled to 13.8. It's like it's almost like inevitable. It's just a matter of when. But yeah, we'll see. Before we wrap it up, anything else, guys, that you guys wanted to cover today, or all of you guys watching that you wanted to ask about?
Oh, I got something that I wanted to talk about. Tool I've been using. Enrique, you told me you're familiar with them, Spritz. So I think James Pelton did an AMA with the Spritz team. I've been talking with those guys and testing out their app and stuff to make sure it works. And I submitted my first payment to my credit card.
And it's not a token, Austin. It's not a token.
No,
okay,
no token. No,
it is
no
not
NT.
a token. It's actually
it's like crypto refills, except you can pay your bills with it. So I paid my credit card today with DAI from my MetaMask wallet. Mm-hmm. So I straight paid my credit card bill with it. Make sure in the next like 2,
wait, hold up, Alex. How do they make money?
They take a small. They take like a small fee. Very
small fee, but the fee's in what?
It's in a native token. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's not.
Absolutely not.
It's in probably a stable coin. Probably take a portion of what you charge you whatever you're using. So if you use like BUSD, they probably take like point whatever percent in BUSD.
Tiny.
But
yes. It's like a third or even less
small.
Yeah, it's so much. Wow. I did the math. It was so much less expensive because I take money out of crypto pretty much weekly, and the money that I was spending to make that happen, right? Of sending, I usually do, depending on what wallet, but usually I use AVAX, send it to my Coinbase account to my bank account. What that was costing me versus Spritz is like. It's like not even close. It's just a fraction of it.
Because can you click the link so it shows up on the screen for Sean Martin? Yeah, it's it
You're all
would cost
sure.
me over 10% to off ramp money to my bank account, and then I have to wait all that time, go through all these central exchanges, and then pay my bill with it. Now it's just like instant, and it's like a fraction of the fees and everything, and I can just go straight from MetaMask to my credit card. To they said I can use it to pay my mortgage and electric.
Anything.
So I'm gonna test that next. I'm gonna test my mortgage payment next, and if that happens, dude, game changer. I mean, changer, because I do everything on credit cards to get extra rewards, and I try to pay them off every month if I can. Dude, this is huge. So I'll let you guys know next week if my payment went through, and then once I've told their CEO and their head of marketing, like, guys, if this works, I'm going to bring you on my channel for an AMA, and I want to tell all of my viewers about it because like they love crypto. That was a game changer for me and you guys too. This Spritz now is like the next level. Like I'm still going to use crypto refills for the Amazon gift cards, but now I'm going to use Spritz for all my credit cards, mortgage, and electric. And dude, I'm going to be doing everything in crypto. It's just awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Hey,
I'm glad that
Vegan
you
Edge.
brought that up.
Sean Martin's vegan dad. I don't know if you guys know, very active in the Discord communities. Good to know. Glad you're here.
Yes, sir. He's
Recognize
one of
the
our
name.
House mods.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Man, so Enrique, you're doing an AMA with them, aren't you?
Yeah, at some point, maybe even next week. We're trying to figure out schedules. But yeah. And like Austin, like you said, I was like, oh, they don't have, because it's one of the things I asked them. Maybe eventually they'll have to get a token if they want to do some things they want to do. But
Don't
yeah,
you dare.
no token.
Don't do it.
So,
they could make a fortune, right?
Ultimo.
Like if we get like I mean, just our audiences alone, using that every day, every week, like they're generating so much revenue, right? And like Pelton, like our whole crypto sphere that we're all in. I'm going to be using this every single week, every single month.
It's fantastic. It's very cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
All right, look at Ultimo. Never heard of Ultimo.
What that is. Ultimo.
Well, it's in Spanish, so I like that. Ultimo GG, because that's the one I see. I hope that's not it, because it had 100. No, it can't be it, because that is gone. I guess Ultimo is like a service. Yeah, it's not a token. I don't see it on Dex, and I don't see it on TradingView. So I don't know. Alex, I think a fun way to end it, guys, real quick. Oh, there you go. Any crazy DGen plays?
Oh, cool.
I already said mine. Here, I'll type mine.
My
since,
crazy.
It's kind of a weird name. My DGen play. And I do own Smog, guys, so keep that in mind. I'm shilling a coin I own. But yeah, any crazy DGen plays, guys? Because good God, man, we've seen some just. I mean, I think. Oh, you weren't here last week, Austin. I was tracking a token, and don't buy it now. It's already done its thing. It was called Tyrant, and I never pulled the trigger because I always felt like I was too late. It did a 200x from the time it got on my watch list to the time it did its thing. I never bought any like a dumbass. A 200x, guys. So ever since then, I'm looking for another one because that was just too nice.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't really have any crazy DGen plays. I've been
Alex.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I don't even like. I don't give much attention. So that one coming from Twitch. So thanks, Marka. I don't know. Sure. Like token. I started working on that a while ago as a and then
no.
Like I got Bonkers Finance. I got the domain and I got bonkers.finance.
Oh my god.
It's on because my YouTube channel took off. So I am gonna go with the momentum I have here, build my YouTube channel as big as I can. Because then when I launch a project, bigger of a platform that we have, wider our reach can be for marketing. So like before I launch a project, I want to grow my channel as big as possible, keep growing my network, also people like you all, and I want to learn tokenomics, code, contracts, the tech, the trends, where it's all going, and then bull market, maybe then I'll launch my token, and it's going to be most likely an NFT project. I've got a bunch of good ideas. We get into that. Yeah. So Pocket Basis has a degen play, BLXN.
Haven't heard of that one either.
Responsible. I don't know if there's a way to degen responsibly.
You can't. There's no such thing as degening responsibly. It's not. That's why it's degen. That's why it's degen, right?
There is one degen play I'm not getting into, I don't think. But it is that I think someone mentioned it. Oh, Sean, Vegan Dad did. Prosperity Gym Ventures.
Prosperity?
They're they're one of the trading bot DeFi projects. It's 2%, up to 2% a day bull crap. One thing that I find very suspicious, and I publicly said it in their Discord because I was asking for info on it, was they are posting trade logs, but he only posts wins, and I never once have seen a loss in there yet. And I asked him, I was like, "Yo, what's up with this?" One of their mods said it never loses. That they have a trading bot that it's 100%. And here's how here's how it happens, guys. Here's how they take 100% wins.
So they never close the trade when they never close it.
Yeah, they long, and they just only close it when they're in profit. It's like, you mean to tell me you use leverage, because in this trade it's on Bybit. You mean to tell me you have never once got close to a liquidation level or anything like that? And it's crazy. Oh my gosh. And then I asked him, I said, simply, well, and as you guys know, I use Bybit with my trading bots. I said, well, could you show, because you're only showing trade logs, could you go over to the realized profit and loss statement that you just click on, and it shows, over time, historically, are you actually up or down? And that caused like a giant ruckus. And essentially, I finally got an answer from the actual leader, Manny, the guy, and he said they're going to post that on a month by month basis. And it's like, I mean, yeah, but I'm telling you guys right now, if I had a freaking trading bot that had 100% win rate, I'd be sharing it. You want to see the profit and loss? Screenshot, there you go. And because the mods, they were getting like super like defensive, like, we don't want to show the strategy, and you can tell the mods have no damn clue what they're talking about. Because I was like, literally like, bro, this doesn't show the secret sauce. It literally shows if you're actually profitable with your trades. And then Manny was like, well, we're only going to show it on a month by month basis. Buddy, if anybody asked me to look at to share my Bybit account of my bot results, and I had 100% win rate, bro, I'd be all over Twitter. You wouldn't get enough of me. You'd have to unfollow me because I'd be bragging about it enough.
Nah, but then because then you post a couple decent wins, and then you get this weird kind of pullback from haters. I don't know if you guys remember, I kind of dealt with that a bit, and it was like, I was like, okay, I'm never posting a win. I post wins to you guys, or when you guys ask. I showed on a video, I showed like my previous 10 days of trades, just because people were saying that I was cherry picking. But no matter what you do, Austin, there's always going to be some kind of whatever. So I'm done posting like whatever. Like, I'm like, you guys want to know, I'll DM it to you, whatever. But it's just, I don't know. It just, even when I put a loss showing, hey, I do have my losses. When I got liquidated, when Aptos went crazy that one day on a Saturday where I lost 5K in one trade. I posted that to be like, yeah, I show my losses, and I got this horrible like negative, pushback of like, that's what you get for doubting that. It was like, you can't win. So I'm just like, I don't know. I don't like posting wins or losses anymore because I don't know. I mean, I do a little bit of that,
man. Just join Cardinal Crew, and you'll see that I publicly show exactly when I get into trades, and But in Cardinal Crew, we've only had one loss this week and 6 wins. So just saying.
That's nice. Six out of 7. It's pretty solid.
That's wild. Yeah.
Now this wasn't only 2 of those was personal trades. I'm not that these aren't like me. This is like indicators/bots that I use. So this isn't me saying I'm an expert trader.
No, but it's also tough when you post them because like, I'll post something like, for example, in Alex's Discord, and then I'll forget to post, oh, this is when I'm thinking of leaving, or sometimes I exit a trade on the spot depending on, factors changing. So it makes it really hard because, like, yes, entries are very important, but the exit is just as important, if not more. So, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
really hard to post that on the spot. So it's just like, it's a tricky game with all that. I don't know how these guys, these paid services do it. It seems like a very, very kind of like murky road that I never want to deal with.
I kind of want to like trade with you like once or twice a week. Just like one morning during your like optimal trading hours. I want to get on, just live stream it, and just kind of follow along, and then I'll make the decision if I'm going to like take, copy what you're doing, if it sounds good to me or not, and like see how I do, and like FOMO into stuff, because that's so much fun for me. But
Well, Austin does that
like
what,
having
Mondays
somebody
and
disciplined,
Wednesdays.
yeah, I would like to join you guys.
Yeah, he
And,
said, "No, I'm not gonna trade Austin. I want to make money, not lose money."
I would enjoy trading both and kind of trading along for my view's sake, and just for learning, because you guys, I know Austin, you're down like a hardcore right now that like every week you can see how much you've learned, and it's valuable information as you're sharing the stuff and teaching as you're learning it, because that really solidifies it. And Enrique, you're just like doing it so long, and you're so methodical about everything, and your results speak for themselves. So it's like,
Thanks, man.
I would love to sit there on live stream talking with you as you're up, and then I'll be like, all right, I'm going in with 5x leverage. Let's do this thing. You know what I mean?
No, that's fun. No, it's a good idea. I did that a couple times last month, and we had like about 20 people watching both times, and it was fun. And then the conversations kind of changed over to like what would be some good spots to get into long-term trades, and we're looking at some very kind of small cap coins, and that was a lot of fun. So yeah, you're right. That would be something to do more often, and I'll let you know, because that is a lot of fun to do. And
dude, so fun.
Yeah.
And by 5x leverage, I mean 120x leverage.
No, 5's good.
Hey, 5x ain't bad.
5x is fine.
Enrique, I'm ruined.
5x is fine.
If you think 5x is bad, you would hate to see what I use.
No,
I've seen some of the things you posted, Austin. Yeah. Oh.
I said I care about 5x. I use 125x leverage when I trade.
Yeah, that's.
And I built my accounts.
Yeah, there you go, guys. There you go. You see, learn from Alex, guys. Don't
Price
use
moves
125x.
1 cent and liquidated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit.
You're breaking
guys,
up.
My wife.
This was a really good podcast, but I gotta hop off.
I do too, guys. And Alex is breaking up, but let's see if he can say goodbye. I think we lost Alex. Oh, there he is. There you are. We can hear you, man. We can hear you. Hey, guys, at all 53 of you watching, thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you next week.